Daddy.
What are you doing, love?
I woke up in the hospital. They say I drowned it. They
Oh
said
yeah,
Cookie got me just in time. He beat the water out of my lungs. I had
yeah.
time to think about things, Daddy. I had
What,
time to think about things, Daddy.
what were you thinking about?
You remember back when the Rona hit and you had a fever and
Yeah,
we was together?
I never
Remember
remember
that?
us being together, but I remember calling you, asking you if you had my pay cut, and I told you I had a headache.
You had a headache, so I snuck in the window, Daddy. You left the window open because you was hot. I snuck in the window, Daddy. And you had a fever, so I gave you some Advil. You fell asleep, and you know what I did, Daddy? I stuck this pink pork chop pig pussy right on that beak. That's what I did it, Daddy. That's what I did it, Daddy.
It was that might have been considered rape because I have no recollection of that.
But I do, Daddy. That's the pro. I do, Daddy.
You know, this pig, yeah, this is fucking stock motherfucking option, Miss Piggy. Yeah, this is Miss Piggy. She works on the corner of 54th and Sesame. If you like bacon, go holla at her. You know what I'm saying? I'll give you that discount.
Then I saw you starting to wake up. I was looking at your beak, shining through reflecting the moonlight. It was all glittery. Cause I got I got it my makeup all over it, Daddy. So I slipped you a little bit of liquid LSD, and you told me that you loved me and that we was gonna be together, Daddy.
What the fuck? I
And
don't
now
know.
I realize I came back to life. I realize it ain't never gonna happen.
He lied.
So I'ma kill myself again,
What?
Daddy.
It tastes like pork. I'm dead, right? I
I'ma
wake up
kill
in the morning.
myself again, Daddy.
So, wait, when did this happen? This didn't happen last Saturday, right?
What happened last Saturday? No, Daddy. We're talking about back in like May, June, something like that. Way
I don't
back.
know. I feel like I had this like one day I woke up and I just had like the craving for bacon, but it wasn't your bacon. But I don't know if you rape me through the night though.
Why don't you never have a slice of this bacon, Daddy?
Well, why did I find those roofies in your fucking pocket? What do you be doing with those?
This is the only way I could ever get close to you, Daddy.
Oh
This is the only way
my
I could ever
god.
get close to you, Daddy. Ever since that night you had the Rona, I took care of you. I fell in love. I sat on that big with my pink pork chop piggy pussy, and I could.
I told you this is strictly business.
Yeah, and I fell in love, Daddy.
This is strictly business, Miss Piggy. This is it. That's it. We're not a couple. I told you this from the get, like from
You,
the jump. I wasn't
you ain't
looking
got
for it.
no feelings for me, Daddy.
No, I really, really don't. I'm sorry, but I don't. She just it goes literally in through one fucking ear and out the other with her. She doesn't hear it.
What are we gonna do when we grow old?
We're
What are we
not gonna
gonna do
do
when we
anything when we
don't
grow old
have
because
each
I'm never gonna grow old with you because we're
other?
never gonna be together. Miss Piggy, I told you this 3 million times. Can you maybe try to listen and comprehend? We are not together. You are a hooker. You do tricks on the corner of 54th and Sesame for me. It's strictly business. I told you this. We're not going to grow old together because we're not together. We're not going to be together because we're not together. And we're never going to be together because we're not together. You understand?
I'll show you what I understand, Daddy. I'll
What?
show you what I understand.
Oh my God.
I'll show you what I understand, Daddy. I'm gonna go out this door right here. You see this door right here? Oh, fuck it. Fuck it, Daddy. It's not worth it no more. Hold on. Stock is gonna open the door because I
Can you
can't
come
get
out
it.
closer?
Well, the door's locked. That's why I can't get it. Fucking Stock's gonna get it anyway. You see this, Daddy? You see out here?
Yeah,
Can you see me, Daddy?
I can see you, but stop
You
calling
can't
me.
see shit out here. Hold on, let me see if I can turn on the light.
What is
Can you
about
see
to
out there, Daddy?
Yes.
Ah!
Oh my God. Yeah, she's dead. She just committed suicide?
Oh,
I don't know,
bro.
man. because it's like a win and a loss to me because she's fucking psycho, but she also is my best worker. She really be like, you know what I'm saying?
Somebody call the cops. Miss Piggy just jumped off the balcony. I have to fucking
I
go out
don't know,
there.
yo. I feel like Cookie like beat her to death last week, and she's still alive. I don't think she dies.
No, I don't think so either.
Fucking
If you remember, she was in the bathtub, right? And I'm pretty sure. I mean, she wasn't moving. I got in there with her.
She
No
was
signs
dead.
of life. You know?
She's my ex-girlfriend. She doesn't die.
Yeah. I mean, the way she tells the story, it sounds like she kind of just really. It wasn't even like a girlfriend situation. It was like she got all creepy while you were sleeping and you had a corona, and she like drugged you and took advantage of you, and now she thinks that means something. I'll talk to her. Let me figure it out. I'll deal with her.
I don't know what else to do, man. Listen, it's been going on since Sesame Street days, but she knows either way. Once I get face to face without to smack her around a little bit, she'll go back in the corner and do what you got to do.
Bro, do you ever wish you had your own tour bus?
Tour bus, hell yeah.
Well, wait a minute. What the fuck?
What the fuck? Do I need to go save her? Haha.
Wait a minute.
Save who? Do I need to go save her? Oh, Hannah needs to save Miss Piggy.
I think the tour bus is only a thing when you battle.
What'd you say?
There's a gift on here that's a tour bus. I was gonna send it, but then I think it's only available when you battle.
Oh yeah, that's all. Yeah, the tour bus. I seen that once. I feel like I seen Jay get it dropped on him.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that thing is lit. It's like a fucking party bus.
I've been holding back because I want you to battle, Jay.
Yo, you know what? He's like not even battling me, bro. And I feel like I just don't like. I don't know. I don't want to look like petty and keep trying to battle him. Like
he doesn't want to battle right now.
Yeah, I tried to battle him before. I mean, for like a good minute, I waited and he didn't accept it, and I still have my battles open, so he could have sent it back. So he hasn't sent it.
Well, what about? I'm trying to think of one you haven't gotten already. It's tough because I think you've gotten pretty much every single one.
You pressed every motherfucking button on this app, bro.
All right, there's one I haven't pressed.
No, bro, you pressed every button.
Nope, there's one I haven't. Is this one?
Let's go! You never pressed this one? This one's ill. The motorcycle? Yo! Y'all look like a gangster. I'm taking a screenshot. Let's go. Ready? Cheese. Be sexy. Facts. We out here. Stop. Thank you, bro. What's good?
I was gonna say that for Jay, but if he's not battling you, then what's the point?
Fucking Jay, that motherfucker. He'll probably end up hitting me up later. Fuck him. Always on his time. Never my needs.
Right.
That was fucking lit, bro. I appreciate you. We lit. Let's go.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go out to the front lawn and get Miss Piggy, I guess.
I guess, man. You gotta. We need her. We need her in the long run. Think about the long investment.
Hannah got her. We're okay. Hannah got her. Thank God. Thank God.
Oh, the Queen's got her.
What do you have in your hand right there? Is that a mask? Oh, look at this. Wait a minute. This is really special. She got me a yarmulke.
Yes, let's go. L'chaim.
Hi, Barty.
Oh, look at it. It's a little stylish yarmulke too. It has like little designs.
It has the Star of David.
It looks like it has the fucking it looks like a fucking like your grandma's like tablecloth that she used for the last 12 years kind of design.
Hey, Barty. Can I show you some cubic zirconium?
Yeah, is Becky Jewish? Becky is Jewish, though.
Are we still questioning if I'm Jewish?
Oh, Becky.
Oh, Becky?
Yeah, you're turning into Becky.
Oh, no, Becky's Jewish. Yeah, Becky.
Becky's Jewish. She's from Syosset. Everybody knows Becky.
Yeah.
She's the only Jewish girl that can drop that dunted on, She got it like that.
Have you ever heard the Jewish girls give the best head?
No, I haven't.
You haven't heard that?
No, bro. I honestly never I don't know. I don't think a girl specifically said like I'm Jewish and then I gave me head and I recalled it.
Well, usually they don't say it right before they suck your dick, like the second before, but you usually figure it out like when you hear the last name, when you hear where they're from. Like,
No, it usually happens like when you're like, all right, so I don't want to see you no more. She's like, all right, well, I'm suing you for half of everything. And by the way, I'm Jewish and my dad's a lawyer. Then you're like, what?
that's
How
the,
did I not know this for the last 5 years?
that's
I'm
one of
fucked.
the, that's one of the worst ways to find out, right? That's because that one is going to stick with you for a long time.
Yeah, fucking mentally, physically, financially, everything.
Long time. Yeah, it's not. You're not.
Erm.
You're not going to live with the same life that you would have lived had that whole thing not transpired. No.
And by the way, like it tells you everything. She's like, so your fucking your sister's cousin's aunt died. Your dog is fucking in a coma. Your house got sold. And by the way, I'm Jewish. Dun dun dun. Like you specifically
By the
referred the Jewish
By
part.
the way, I'm Jewish.
Yeah. That's it, yo, bro. You know what it is though, bro? Yo, why do people hate on Jewish people so much? A lot of Jewish people, is it because a lot of Jewish people are like they're usually well off, bro? Like usually Jewish people are smart and have a lot of money.
I mean, there's a lot of reasons. I mean, you could get really deep with it if you want to go
Yeah,
back.
but I've studied like a lot of shit and like there's no legitimate reason why. Especially Hitler. Like Hitler had no legitimate reason other than they think that he might or something, like his stepdad might have been a Jewish guy and was really bad to his mother or some shit like that. And apparently he has Jewish in him. Like all this shit that I like read up on and shit.
No, I could tell you what it is. I mean, it's started in Europe. It started back in medieval Europe. Trade unions, or what today are trade unions, were guilds. They were called guilds. So in order to be like a blacksmith or to be whatever, in whatever kind of semi-centralized economy they had, you wanted to have a trade. Otherwise, you were just going to farm. And farming, you ran the risk if you didn't have a good year, the winter came, you would die. People would die every winter. So what Jewish people figured out, because they weren't allowed to be in guilds, is people generally wouldn't trust other people in terms of sharing farmland. They would always think that somebody was trying to take advantage of them. But Jewish people somehow, I don't know if they really figured out anything profound, but they got together and they farmed together, which is it seems like an obvious thing, but at the time, this is medieval ages, and not too many people did that. They didn't do it to produce more food for themselves because everybody felt like, stay away from me, don't steal anything from me, I can do it myself. They did it to lend it out to other people. They lended like resources that wouldn't perish or that could be kept well for a while out to other people, so that if they were going to die during the winter,
He said, I believe in God.
they wouldn't. So what would happen is, now these people, they wouldn't lend it out all in one shot. They would lend it out incrementally and get paid back incrementally. Did they have to collect any? Debt collectors? No, because if you didn't pay your debts, you would starve. If you were borrowing from them in the first place and you were borrowing just enough to get through a week, and you were in that situation, the next week, if you couldn't borrow, if you couldn't pay back in some way, you would starve. You would die. So
That's what they did with slavery at first.
Yeah.
When they first freed the slaves, that's what they kind of did. They kind of like made it so they were still not considered slaves, but they had to work on the landowner's farm and fucking pretty much be a slave, and just, you know what I'm saying, everything they did was just eat. And when they ate food, they just paid off their debt, to what they worked.
right, a lot of them had no choice. Like, where were they going to go? Right? Where are they going to go?
Love it. He goes, I love it. Why do you love it, Joel? You keep them broke. That's pretty much what they did. It's fucked up there. It's like a fucked up way, but yeah.
So anyway, once like the whatever bank was centralized, it was Rome at the time, and they figured out that the Jewish people went to the banks. They were like, "Hey, do you realize you could do what we're doing with money?" And they were like, "Really?" Like, there was always an idea of lending money, but Jewish people made it more structured. And now, even today, you see Jewish people in finance, Jewish people in accounting, Jewish people well off. There's a lot of education value in the Jewish community. For the most part, there's a few different types of Jews that are like major categories of Jews. I'm one. I'm not the whiny type of Jewish people that, like, people, when you make fun of the stereotypical Jewish person, that's like more of a Western European Jewish person. You have an Eastern European Jewish person, and you have a Sephardic Jewish person, like people from Israel and the Middle East. There are three different types of people: Eastern European, Western European, and Sephardic. You come to the United States and nobody gives a fuck, but it really does make a difference in terms of how you look, what your values. For example, people from the East, they're not particularly religious. They're more often reform. The West is like it could be anything. They could be like normal. Like you would never tell that they were Jewish. They could be very whiny and very like sometimes they're
They could be whiny. I'm dead. I'm guessing you're not that.
no.
The way you're describing them, it's
No.
like how I would describe a Sicilian person.
No, my father was not a whiny person. No, my father came from either
You know
some
what I'm saying, Harry?
somewhere in Eastern Europe, or like right where the Soviet Union was met. Like when the Soviet Union stopped being the Soviet Union, became Russia. I think wherever my father was either right in Russia, not my father, but his family, right in Russia, or in like Ukraine. That was my father's side of the family. My mother's side of the family lived in South America, mostly in Colombia, a little bit in Brazil, mostly in Colombia. But they were from like, Spain and maybe a little bit of Portuguese, maybe northern Spain, which is why I don't look particularly Hispanic. But nevertheless, I could speak Spanish, not as well as I can speak English, but I can speak enough. What's
I don't
that?
know I wish I knew how to speak fucking Spanish.
Yeah, look, I would not be able to have the type of conversation I'm having with you right now in Spanish, but I could get by enough to be like, to get
Taking
by.
Spanish, I pass Spanish, but I don't know how to speak it at all.
Well, the weird thing is you could pass 8 Spanish classes and not be able to. The only way to learn how to speak a language is to speak it. And yet first you're going to have a rough time. So that's the hard part for people. They have to practice. You got to practice like anything else. If you don't practice, you're not going to be able to fluently speak anything. So
I tried to take Italian in school, and I fucking dropped that shit real quick. That shit is hard.
yeah. I mean, any language is the most fluent I ever
It's
was.
so hard, bro.
The most fluent I ever was when I was young. I guess as a kid, and I guess just like ever since at 30, I really haven't used it very much at all. I've used it a little here and there, but never on a consistent basis.
You know
And
how
I
to speak
just,
Hebrew?
what's that?
You know how to speak Hebrew?
No, not at
That
all.
shit's hard.
I would imagine. I mean, I wouldn't even know how to make those sounds that they make. I can't do that. I'm not about that.
You know what's a mad funny part? I was just watching Family Guy the other day, and it was a Halloween episode, and Brian and Stewie were going around trick or treating, and all of a sudden they're like walking. He's like, "Wait, what about this house?" He's like, "Nah, we're gonna skip that house." He's like, "Why?" He's like, "That's Mort's house. He probably has some weird Jewish candy like La Havla or," and he just started doing that like 20 times. It was so funny.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Yeah, you're where we should probably pass by."
Back to Hitler. Hitler thought that because Jewish people were so involved in banking and so involved in finance, that for some reason they seemed to be the ones that were okay because they had the Treaty of Versailles and that really crushed the German economy. But the Jewish people seemed to be more affluent and more resistant to it, and that gave him like a reason to discriminate against somebody. It just fueled this machine. Like if he didn't have that reason, that was a fundamental reason to put this puzzle together as to make Germany a kind of a nationalist. It's funny because they were nationalists, but they were very against communism. They were very afraid of communism.
I get that completely, but it still doesn't like what he still like when he went further with it, like the things he did, like it's like he had a vendetta against them, like even bigger.
Yeah.
Like there's a difference between conquering them and like, all right, we conquered them, we're good now. But like now let's like fucking experiment on them and turn them into a fucking blonde hair, blue eyes, Aryan race.
Well, look, yeah, that's not acceptable with any human being. I get what you're saying, but
And he wanted to completely wipe them out. It was like a Jewish guy fucked his mother or something type shit. You know what I mean?
he did a really, really, really good job. He got most of them.
He was on some vendetta shit, like fucking, like he was Forrest Gump, like some Jewish guy fucked his mother and came out and said, "Hey, Forrest, your mother was really good," and walked away. Like that shit maybe would sit on me for years, and I end up becoming Hitler and trying to destroy his whole entire race. But other than that, like, what else is there a reason?
The reason was that he was using it as a form of propaganda. I mean, he needed to somehow justify everything that was going into this giant plan of his to take over Europe and, take over as much as he could.
Eddie was just a druggy fucking maniac, bro. He was a drug addict.
He was.
I watched the whole documentary on that, bro. He was a fucking junkie.
Remember we had that
conversation? That's why he kept his hands behind his back, not because it was this kind of like, people took it as a kind of symbol of what he did. Like, but he put his hand behind his back because that shit was shaking because he was so fucking junkied out and always needed to be high.
And you know what? Every like recollection of him, nobody ever really says it outright, but it's pretty clear that he had no.
Hitler.
He was either asexual or he was gay, and you could never find out about it. He didn't fucking watch.
I think he liked guys with blonde hair and blue eyes. I feel just gonna throw that out the gate, maybe, you know.
But he didn't fuck his wife, and there was also some rumors about him having some, like, I guess, some problem, like, you know, very.
How he couldn't get his dick up because he was a fucking junkie, bro.
Well, I heard it was very small. I don't know. Yeah, which I don't. Who knows if that's true, right? Who knows if that's true?
They didn't have micro Indian condoms like they do now back then, so he was fucked.
Oh, they don't. No, they don't. You ever see the slim condoms and you look at them, you're like, what are you gonna put? What do you even put it like? And you're like,
you ever see these new condoms that these guys are wearing on their heads nowadays? I try to call it out sometime on the stream, but
I've been seeing them for, you know, you're talking about Sikh people, right? The turbans.
Either that or fucking, you know, those
Duregs.
I think they're condoms.
I
mean, I fall for safe sex. You know what I'm saying? I would hefty bag.
That's an old joke. The Duregs are condoms, but yeah, I don't know. I don't. Doesn't bother me. I don't care. I don't give a fuck.
He said, "What the fuck? LOL. Let's go. Sheepskin. Cool."
I should send you a photo one time of pre-corona when I had my hair braided. I look like an idiot, but I used to do it all the time. I used to do it in college when I would wrestle. I used to do it in high school when I would wrestle. Because I was, you know, a crazy white kid with braided hair, I guess. Everybody thought I was white. Or I am white, however you want to say
I
it.
grew my hair out long at one point that I'm like, I don't know what to do with it anymore, so I just cut it. It was like a waste of time. I was like so like pissed.
You still got enough hair. You still got hair though. I mean, your hair it's got some length to it. It's not like you don't have like a military.
Shower and like, you know what I'm saying, like a fucking, you know what I'm saying, slow motion, sexy type shit. OnlyFans, let's go. $50 a day, you can see fucking exclusive beak. Hit me up, the realest bird OnlyFans. Cool. Sorry, I just wanted to throw out that promo in between the convo.
That sounds very, very exciting. Sounds very, very exciting.
Facts. Let's go.
Anyway, bro.
What's a condom? I know, right? He said, "What's a condom?" Question mark.
What's a condom? I hate condoms. You ever fuck with a condom and it smells like burning rubber?
Nah. Damn, bro, you fuck like a rabbit.
It's not even. I don't think it's that. I just think that I don't know what it is. I don't want to make assumptions, but I just smells.
What you have so many dead ass flicks in your eyes, don't you? Like, you ever fuck with a condom and they're just like, no.
Bro, you ever fuck with a condom?
Yo, there's a one singer who has over 200 kids.
What are you talking
about? Back in the 60s.
Yo, Marlon Brando had like 200 kids, all on an island. They all killed themselves. I swear to God. Yo, they sent him over. He bought an island, and then he would pay. People would pay him like $300,000 just to read a script. He would extort like screenwriters, directors. He would, at a certain point, they didn't even want him to do Godfather.
Bro, I just got done hearing about the fucking Tom Hanks thing. This shit is all crazy to me.
No, so he went on this island with all these native people, and he was supposed to be filming like Superman or something. I think it was Superman. And they get there, he's like, give me the money, I'm gonna do it myself. And they're like, okay, Marlon. So they give him the money, and they get there, and there's footage of like people running around in the sand, and like there's nothing to do with Superman at all. They're like, what is happening? So like they couldn't take the money back, but they took a big L on that one. And I don't know I think they redid it with somebody else, but after that they didn't want to hire him for anything. They didn't want to hire him for Godfather, and somehow he still worked his way in there. He was a crazy, crazy, crazy fuck.
Yeah, I heard
he went to Cuba.
He
was fucking some dude in Cuba with like an elephant trunk dick. Like apparently, I don't know. He was the best. He was Marlon Brando.
He was the best. He was about that life.
He was about like anything. He would fuck anything. If it worked, he'd fuck it.
Well, we'll end his name off with take the gun, leave the cannolis. Cool.
That's very good. All right, I'm gonna leave on that note.
All right, my guy. I appreciate you.
All right, man.
Yeah, you're the man. Let's go. Hit up Stock Motherfucking Option with the favorite right now. He be streaming too. You already know.
Don't
Stupid
listen.
Motherfucker funny on next level shit. Let's go. We out here.
Don't do it to yourself. Also, maybe be a little nice to Piggy if you can. Be a little nice to Piggy.
A little bit.
I keep saving her life. The hospital bills are adding up. Can you just leave it around a little bit? I
A little
want.
bit. But we'll try. We'll work on it.
I'm just kidding. You don't have to.
Yeah, nah, I wasn't planning on it.
I'm getting tired of it too.
Yeah, I wasn't planning on it really, honestly.
Yeah.
Let's go. All right,
Let's go.
We out here.
Where's the word? Pete?
Randoms. The bird is a word. You heard? Caw. I'm dead. Yo, when you're in your stream and you're like, I sound like a bird dying. Caw.